who are outside of this industry for ideas, like business ideas, and how they think and how they, stuff like that. You pick up a lot from there. You bring it over here with your own spin.
Who was that other guy you mentioned? Jagger.
He's an
Dexter Yeager.
Oh, okay. What's the name?
Dexter Yeager.
Dexter?
No, Dexter.
Oh,
Dexter
Dexter.
Yeager. He's like the #1 incomer of all time in Amway.
But I like to listen to interviews like, Eminem interviews, Michael Jordan interviews. I mean, those guys. Just how they think. People like in other industries, like real estate industry. Just how business advice that they give, mindset stuff. And what I see is the thing about developing and working on yourself goes, it's like a red line goes across them all. It just connects them all. That's what they all do. And so if they're doing it, and you want to be at that level or close, you got to do what successful people are doing. Simple as that.
On the training videos, I've noticed that if I have it in a small window, I'll hear something in the video and I'll start going to search it on the internet to research it.
Yeah.
But if I put it full screen, I don't do that. Because it's blocked out the computer screen. I don't have to remember out in the background. So if I put it full screen, I'll sit there and watch the whole video.
Well, that's a big thing. A lot of stuff is honestly, it's paying attention and forcing yourself to actually go through it and learn from it. Because it's really, 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 really easy to just jump all over the place, like
That's exactly what's happening
and
with me right now.
you got to sit there and force yourself to sit there. And what will happen is you do that, is you just sit there and you do it, is your mind will adapt to it really fast. The only reason you're jumping around is because what you always do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your mind's a little jumpy, probably means you're a good idea guy anyway, because jumpy people are idea guys. Well, that's a good thing if you can actually accomplish any of your ideas, which you can do if you can force yourself to finish things. And sometimes that's easier than others, but it becomes easier as you do it more. I would just sit there and just force yourself, read for 30 minutes, and just it'll be the most boring thing ever the first time you do it. Probably you'd be like, looking at the thing, it's like time slows down, and you're like forcing yourself to hold the book. Your hands start shaking, your foot's shaking, but then like a month later, it's easy. You don't worry anymore.
What about association? Like Tony Robbins says, if you associate pain doing something, you don't want to do it. But if you associate a lot of pleasure, you want to do it over and over again. Do you want to?
So have sex while you're reading.
Yeah, but you don't want to feel sex.
He's already imagined it, man.
I'll do whatever it takes.
That's funny.
No, I'd say that anything that's hard because you don't do it is going to pain when you first start doing it, and the pleasure is going to come from what you're imagining in the future. I mean, it's just like if you lift weights or something. The first month is awful. Every time if you don't work out for 6 months and then you go for a month, And this is essentially what we're talking about because you're doing it with your mind. Nobody reads but college kids, right? You read in college because you have to pass tests. And that's the only. And if you're smart enough to not have to read, then you don't do that either, right?
I actually, when I was in college, I read like 0 books. I just would skim stuff and ask people questions to figure it out. The year I got out of college, I read about 100 books.
Yeah.
So because I was reading what I was actually interested in, which is what the
When
professor
you
was
walk on fire, you always say you focus only on the end result. You don't focus what you do right now, but you see yourself like you already did it. And then you...
How many of you guys went to T. Harwacker's event? You did? Did you guys go through the arrow breaking thing?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
How did it go for you?
Oh my God.
Yeah? Cool? Yeah, it's easy, but when he was showing you what to do on stage, you're like, no, what
Oh,
if I
it
do
scares
that?
the hell out of you. Just when they're describing it, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, they put it right.
They put there's like
Every one says that with metal bars.
there's like a wooden stick with a pointy metal end on it, and you put it right here where it's like soft spot right here. And the way he demonstrates, he's like, guys, you got to be very, very careful because we had some instances where it actually did go through. takes like 15 minutes to build you up. It's like fear-based build-up, you know. But everybody signs a consent or a paper saying, hey, I'm not responsible for whatever. So they really put you up, huh?
Did you do it?
Yeah. So by the time he is done, right, and you feel like you just signed your life away, you know. But it's like this big mountain, you know. But then when you actually go through it, and the thing is, somebody's gonna, you know, somebody holds the arrow, you know, against her hand, right like that, and it's pointed right here. And it's like wooden. It's like this size, you know. And you have to go through it, and you gotta break
You want to open the door?
and you gotta break it, right? So
Yeah,
you don't even
and
think
then
about how it's gonna be, but you just go through it, and you don't even feel it, and it breaks, you know.
Well, we got a couple blisters after, like, you know, walk on fire stuff.
You did that?
Yeah, we did. It was amazing. Kind of the same experience. Did that, some people do skydive?
Did you both get blisters?
Just a little. It didn't even hurt.